My coworker lived in our office for 2 years, and none of us knew until the new CEO found her asleep under her desk. Sarah from accounting was always the first one in and the last to leave. We joked she lived at the office. We had no idea how right we were. The revelation came when our new CEO decided to do surprise 6 a.m. productivity walks. He found Sarah in a sleeping bag under her desk, a portable camping stove hidden behind the filing cabinets, and 3 years' worth of clothes neatly organized in unused storage closets. Security footage revealed the truth. For 2 years, Sarah had been living in our 42nd floor corporate office, showering in the gym, cooking after midnight in the break room, sleeping in different conference rooms to avoid detection. But here's where it gets complicated. Turner, she wasn't homeless. Sarah made $75,000 a year. She could afford rent. When hair investigated, they found she'd been depositing her entire salary minus food costs into a mysterious account for 24 months. The truth came out in the emergency meeting. Sarah had been funding a safe house for women escaping domestic violence. Every penny she saved by living at the office went directly to keeping lights on and doors open for women with nowhere else to go. Do you know how many women we can house with $2,000 a month in rent I don't pay? She asked the stunned boardroom. That's 8 beds, 8 women who don't have to go back to their abusers. She showed us photos on her phone. A modest house in Queens, security cameras, reinforced doors, thank you cards from women who'd stayed there, now safe and starting over. Our office building Perrin with its marble lobbies and executive lounges, Parent had been funding a lifeline for desperate women, and none of us knew. The CEO Marcus was silent for a long moment. We all expected termination papers. Instead, he asked, "How long is the wait list?" 17 women, Sarah replied. Always 17, no matter how many we help. Marcus looked around the room at the mahogany table that cost more than Sarah's annual rent sacrifice. Effective immediately, Sarah's housing is covered as part of her compensation package, company apartment, walking distance from here. But Sarah shook her head. I appreciate it, but I can't accept that unless you match what I've been saving. Match it. For every dollar you spend on my apartment, you donate to the safe house. That would be $24,000 a year from company funds. Marcus stood up. We'll do better, we'll triple it. That's when I noticed Sarah's shoes aren't the same black flats she'd worn every day since I started. Her laptop bag patched with duct tape. She'd been choosing between her comfort and others' safety every single day for 2 years. Other employees started speaking up. The senior developer offered to cover utilities. Eptas pledged their quarterly party budget. By meeting's end, we'd raised enough to open a second house today. Sarah's house has 4 locations. She still arrives first and leaves last, but now she goes home to an actual apartment. She turned it into a transitional space for women who are ready to live independently, but need a roommate to afford rent. Last month, a woman knocked on her office door. She'd stayed at the first house 3 years ago, escaping an ex who'd nearly killed her. Now she owns a bakery and wanted to cater our company events for free. Sarah saved my life, she said simply. I lived because she chose not to. The new CEO instituted sacrifice days Perrin twice a year. Employees can donate what they'd normally spend on luxuries to the houses. It's voluntary, but our participation rate is 97%. Sarah still uses the same patched laptop bag. When I ask why she doesn't get a new one, she said, every time I see it, I remember that small sacrifices can save lives. She's trained me to notice things now. The coworker who packs the same lunch every day. The security guard who walks to work despite living miles away. The janitor who mentioned choosing between his medication and his daughter's school supplies. Turns out Sarah wasn't the only one making sacrifices in our building. She was just the only one who got caught. Sometimes heroes don't wear capes. They wear the same black flats for 3 years and sleep under their desks so strangers can sleep safely in beds.